Welcome to the Public Speaking Experts Podcast with Elliot K. and Jose Ucar. Every week we bring the tips, tools, and strategies for you to become a world-class public speaker. We bring you guests, experts, and authorities in the field of public speaking to enrich you and enhance your public speaking journey. Remember to subscribe, rate, and comment. And now, please welcome your hosts, Elliot and Jose.
Look at you looking all tanned and glowy and smiley. Your hair's even a bit brighter. Have you dyed it?
No, mate. No. Hello, everybody. Great to be here. Great to be back. No, I haven't dyed my hair. It's just the sun. I'm blonde in the inside.
Yeah. Looking
Can
good.
I share something? Thank you. Thank you, Elliot. No, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to stop talking. I'm not podcasting today.
Okay.
I feel good. I feel energized. Yay! But my wife didn't like the way I came back. So she didn't like my hair. She said she didn't marry a blonde guy, even though it's not blonde, but it's
blonde.
kind of lighter.
I think you're slightly exaggerating there.
No, she exaggerated it. I mean, people, if you see me, you see that it's a bit lighter. Only, that's it. But then she said, I didn't marry a blonde guy. And I don't like you. I don't like you as much.
Has she left you?
Well, she left this morning for work, and she didn't take any lunch with her. Does that mean she could be having lunch with someone else?
That is probably the case right now.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like a little bird in a big garden about to be eaten by a cat.
So when did you get back? Yesterday?
Monday evening, which is 2 days ago.
Okay. Well, welcome back, you glowing, blonde, good-looking beast. Even though you don't look blonde, but never mind. We'll go with. So your wife has left you, so it hasn't started off with the greatest. She's probably never coming back because she didn't take lunch with her. She's already looking for other options. I mean, it's a pretty devastating holiday you've had.
Yeah, and she didn't take the cat with her. Yeah. So they're just all setbacks, flaws, problems. Yeah, challenges. The challenges of a public speaker, I guess.
I know the challenges of a world-class public speaker. Welcome to Public Speaking Expert Podcast, everybody. Yay! We've had a little break of recording this. I know some of you are watching on LinkedIn, some of you are watching on YouTube, but some of you listen to this. And yes, we've had a bit of a break because Jose's been away. And today we are talking about how speaking can boost your career, which is going to be an interesting topic. And please remember that, of course, this particular episode is being sponsored by the Public Speaking Experts Conference, which is happening on the 18th of November in London, live, where we've got 5 expert speakers on how you can not only just survive but thrive in this current environment. So make sure, if you want to know anything, send us a message, DM us on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on our Public Speaking Experts handle, and then we can send you the information. We're opening the guest list this week, so make sure that you do this. It does depend when you're listening to this as well, of course, because some people might not be listening to this straight away. But anyway, make sure if you're listening for the 18th of November, you get in touch with us and get on that list and come and join us for the day. I'll be there. Jose will be there. Simone will be there. Denita will be there. Lucy from Rethink Press will be there. Who am I missing? Maria Franzoni will be there. I mean, this is like the
Lovelda Vincenzi will be there.
Who?
Lovelda as well.
Lovelda Vincenzi
she's not coming anymore. Yeah.
My
brother will be there.
No,
my brother will be there.
Forget him. Yeah.
I know.
Right now, I think
my wife may actually be there.
What? Who?
My wife may actually be there, maybe with someone else.
Wow, that's pretty cool. If she's still with you at that point.
Can you imagine? She turns up with someone else. It's just like, what? I'm gonna. Well, if that happens, I'll work on a different title for my keynote.
I think you should.
How being blonde can destroy your marriage.
I think that's a great title. I think you might find that you're not blonde, and there might be an issue with that. But I think that's a great idea. So I think good job. I think we should get going with the topic of today is how speaking can boost your career.
This is how I'm going to start. I remember I'm 12, and I had this teacher of mine, one of the teachers I still remember from high school, and he said to me, Ucar, he used to call me by my surname. He used to call everyone by their surname anyway. He said, Ucar, there's only 2 things you need to do to succeed in life. And I was just so excited. Yeah, come on. So yeah, when it's two. One, you gotta listen and read the newspapers, listen to the news and read the newspapers every day. I still don't do that. But the second one was master the art of public speaking. That information didn't really sink in back then, but eventually I started speaking more often. All of his classes, every class, he would deliver, we would actually stand up and speak. Deliver even a couple of lines from a book or a poem or something, which, by the way, I've got some rhymes that I'm going to be sharing with you today. But
And
that's
I
next.
hope you've got your joke ready, because we've
No,
got joke
I didn't bring a joke.
What?
I didn't bring a joke. I brought the rhymes that will make people smile.
What? Oh,
You got your joke.
I have to bust the joke out now. Okay, carry on, carry on.
Well, we can skip the joke and I do the rhymes, and on the next one you do the joke. Anyway,
joke of the day.
So I started presenting a bit more, feeling very uncomfortable. But it's incredible how all of this, in a way, led to where I am today. That's why we decided to call today's episode "How Public Speaking or Speaking Can Boost Your Career." Because I signed up. I'm not going to give you the whole story, but I signed up to an exchange student program. And when I joined, guess what? I haven't spoken in a while in front of the camera, guys. I mean, I took a break, so I'm warming up today. It's warm-up time.
Sexy.
Yes, baby, and I feel sexy. Very blonde. Anyway. So I signed up for this program, and what I was supposed to be doing, my year abroad, was to be presenting, representing and presenting, speaking about my country throughout whatever I was going to be living in. Goodness me, that became a big challenge. So I started presenting more often. Ultimately, there was like a selection process, and I qualified to go to Sweden for a year. And that's when my speaking career was that.
I know why you wanted to go to Sweden.
Yeah, I went chasing blonde people. That's why I became blonde ultimately.
Blonde people. Oh, interesting.
It was actually look, my first choice was Australia, then the UK, and the third one was Sweden. So apparently I wasn't good enough to go to my first two options. They sent me to Sweden. But eventually, people, it led me to great things. So the point I want to make with the story, linking it back to what my teacher said, speaking, mastering the art of speaking, of putting yourself out there, will help you shine, will help you move up the business ladder, will help you progress in your career. Let me just take it to another time in my life when after Sweden and everything else, I went back to Venezuela, exciting times. Then I left my country, went to Spain, and I was asked to do more presentations. I didn't look for these things, but people apparently, they saw me, Jose, why don't you present this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you speak about this? And they started doing it more often. It led me to connecting with the person who became my boss, so I came to the UK. And then working in this business, because I used to present a lot and I wanted to put myself out there every time, even though it was uncomfortable, I still have my accent and all of those challenges. It led me to travel the world. It led me to represent this business and other businesses. And eventually it led to people that were partners of this business that I was working for. They would come to me and ask me to go and deliver training, help them with the public speaking, help them with the presentations, help them with their confidence in front of an audience. People at this point, I'm speaking about the engineering industry. And then it evolved from there. I didn't plan it this way. And I'm not saying that you should and you need to speak, even though I strongly believe in the power of speaking. The fact is, it was a challenge for me. And I decided to take adversity head on. And eventually, all of this adversity made me gritty and witty. It gave me more opportunities.
Greedy?
Like never before.
Made you greedy?
It made me greedy. No, it made me greedy at some point. Not anymore. I'm not that greedy, but it made me gritty and witty.
And
yeah,
witty.
I'm pretty. I'm pretty. And Whitney.
I'm pretty.
And Whitney.
What about shitty?
Yeah, that could be another rhyme in there. So it also made me shitty in some other areas of my life. Not the speaking, but the decisions I made. But, you know.
Maybe to keep your wife.
What, my previous wife? I cannot believe you. Did you play that card? That was a low blow.
Oh, no, let's talk about your
Wow.
current wife. We can
Wow.
talk about your other
Wow.
wife as well.
Oh yeah, no, this one that's about to leave me as well. I'm not laughing. No, baby. No, I'm gonna call her. Sorry, guys. I'm
Go
gonna
on,
text her.
then.
That's all right. I think we're okay. No, I'm only joking about my current wife. My previous wife, that's a different thing. So that's
So it
that's my
made you
point.
gritty, witty,
It made me gritty,
shitty, and
witty,
pretty.
cheaty, and pretty.
Okay, good. So public
And
speaking did
that's
that
the
for you, did
message.
it?
That's my message today. Yes, it did that for me. The shitty,
So
I don't agree with the shitty, but definitely with the pretty and the witty and gritty. Gritty,
and
honest, gritty, a lot of grit in the process.
okay.
You were about to say something, I guess.
Well, I was going to ask. So, how does someone? What do they need to do to use speaking besides embracing it? What are some steps they can take to get more speaking to enhance their career? If I work in a job, if I work in a corporate, if I'm working a day-to-day job, how can I do more speaking to advance my career? I've got a good story about this, by the way. I'll tell you in a minute. I
Well,
want to hear your
bring
answer.
it, bring
Give
it
me your
next,
answer.
bring it
Come on,
next.
answer me.
Yes, I'm
Come on,
gonna
come
give
on,
you an answer
answer.
right now.
What you talking about?
So,
What you talking about?
what you talking about, mate?
What you talking about, Willis?
I'm gonna wait for it to stop. Okay, now, fantastic. What am I talking about? So, two things. Do you want to speak? It can be both, by the way. Do you want to speak within the business, within your corporate, or do you also want to speak outside, say emotional, motivational, some other kind of speaking you want to do, or focus on a topic you're passionate about? You've still got the two options, but let's just focus on the corporate for now. Okay.
Let's just talk within
What
the job.
exactly? So within the job, yeah, within the corporate, it can be any job or small business, whatever your job. One thing I would invite you to do is approach your boss, your manager, and ask for presentation opportunities to present to them an idea, to present a project, to speak about a problem and a solution that you could offer. Look for any chance you have to put yourself in front of key decision makers within the business. Even if you're starting out, I did this from the very beginning. If I had an idea, I would ask my boss, look, can you invite me to that meeting? I've got this. I would like to speak about it. Even though my English wasn't that well back then, it's not great now, but hey, every time you got something, go and ask. Ask. And eventually people will come to you. But that is the greatest advice I could give you, because then this means daring. This means you're putting yourself out there. And I've got another rhyme today. If you don't want to put yourself out there, know that to dare will intensify your flair. There we go. Give me a round of applause, Elliot. Oh, if you're not listening, that's your problem. No, just give me a round of applause. I said, if you're still doubting and you don't want to put yourself out there, know that to dare will intensify your flair. So look for
really
opportunities
about today's episode,
and get people. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I had some time off with my parents in the Canary Islands, and I decided to start rhyming. So
I wouldn't
I've
give
been
up
having
the
a good
day
time.
job if I was you.
I'm gonna keep on rhyming, baby. I actually got some more rhymes for you guys today. So once Elliot tells his story and does whatever he wants to do, I'll go and rhyme away. And then we'll see how we finish up this episode and then go into the next one and the next one and the next one. But people, as I said, dare to put yourself out there. Ask for these opportunities. If you have an idea, ask them to join meetings. Be out there. Be open. Be daring.
Hi,
mate. What's your story?
Let me tell you a little story. So there's someone I know, and she trained in neurolinguistic programming, right? And her boss found this out and said, oh, I think that'll be really good for the company. Can you do a talk about neurolinguistic programming to the whole team? So I said, look, I've got this talk I need to do. Can you help me? So, of course, I helped her. And she gave this presentation to her team about neurolinguistic programming. Because she gave the presentation, the boss, the founder, the MD, realized that she was in the wrong department. and then he moved her from one department to another. And as a result of seeing her speak about a topic that would help the rest of the team, he shifted her. And then she really, from there on, she really moved up the ranks very quickly to become a senior market researcher. And she was then able to get promotion after promotion and really grow. And now she's a freelancer and she works for herself. But all that happened because of taking the opportunity to speak about neurolinguistic programming and then someone spotting that she was much better suited in another department. And that woman is my wife.
Oh, I like it. Well done, Emily. I'm sorry you had to marry Elliot, but I'm grateful for the fact that you've got lovely children. And that's a great story, Elliot. And it shows how important it is to speak, because then in that sense, it's helping you to stand out. And what happened to Emily in this case, that she connected with the people and they got to know her better and actually find a better place for her within the organization. That's powerful. I mean, that's why it's so important to be a bit vulnerable, put yourself out there, deal with the challenges, and
Yeah.
move on. It will help you grow. That's what I love about speaking, and it will help you connect with people.
Yeah, it creates opportunity. I think, obviously for a lot of people in the corporate environment, or jobs and things, a lot of them end up doing it because they have to. And I think, like it'd be nice to see more kind of, especially in the UK organizations, really harness the presenter side in their employees because it's massive. It's also a massive obstacle because obviously a lot of people fear that, nerves and judgment and getting it wrong and how it could cost them if they make a mistake. So I understand why people don't step forwards. And, it's got that kind of stigma that it's boring and, oh, another presentation, or I have to watch this presentation, blah, blah, blah. Right. Which is why you should always go into meetings drunk and get everyone else drunk. That's a good solution. But failing that, because it's expensive, there's always coping strategies for you to manage the nerves. Of course, practice is essential. If you practice your presentation, and you can find ways to make it interesting for you, so you can present in a way that's interesting for you. So it's not always, the same way. Now, I know, again, a lot of organizations will train you how they want you to present. But within that, you still need to find the joy. So, for example, obviously, I used to be a professional dancer many years ago, and literally every night you're doing the same show, you're touring, you pack up, you go, and you're doing the same moves every single night. That's the nature of the beast. What I had to do is find the joy and a different level every night. And that's part of the challenge. So when you are getting up and presenting and speaking, you have to find the joy in that because that's what you transmit to the people listening. If you're having fun, they're going to have fun. If you're enjoying it, they will enjoy it. Doesn't mean that if you're talking about the figures, that it's not a dry topic. Even more the reason you bring your A game and you change things around. Even within a structure, you have freedom of expression. And I just want to reiterate that as well. What'd you say, Jose? Mr. Witty, Shitty, Gritty, Pretty?
Elliot, I think it's a very good way to start wrapping up the topic today.
Well, before we wrap up, we have to have our commercial break.
Yeah, no, do the commercial break because then I got what we're going to use to wrap it up.
What are you going to do? Ooh, look at you. Enticing
Commercial
us.
break.
Ooh.
Yes.
Here we go. You're listening to the Public Speaking Expert Podcast with Elliot K and Jose Ucar. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment every single time you listen. And why not share with your friends, with your communities, with your favorite Facebook or LinkedIn groups, or anyone that you know could benefit from the expertise that's being shared on the Public Speaking Experts Podcast. Also, remember that Elliot and Jose are both professional speakers. So if you'd like to book us for your event, your conference, to MC, and to speak, make sure you reach out to us on any of our handles on social media, and make sure you ask us to come and speak at your event so we can make it special. Follow us on Instagram, the Public Speaking Experts Show. Make sure you share your favorite comment, quote, or your favorite moment when you do listen to the Public Speaking Expert Podcast, because we would love to hear from you, connect with us, reach out to us. But most importantly, make sure you take what you learn and implement it. You are listening to the Public Speaking Expert Podcast with Elliot and Jose Ucar. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you do leave us a comment and send us a picture on it on Instagram, we will send you a copy of our up and coming book, absolutely complimentary, on the house.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I lost your audio. Oh, Elliot is muted. He doesn't want to speak anymore. He doesn't want to speak his greatness. He's
No,
gone
that's right.
mute-o.
Here we go. Sorry, what I was saying is, oh yeah, baby. Here we go. Because you didn't prepare again, I'm going to tell a joke. Are you ready?
I've got the rhymes for today. I brought the rhymes.
No,
You do your
rhymes
joke.
suck.
No, I got some very good rhymes here, and I did my homework differently. Go with your silly joke.
With my silly, it's a great joke. How dare you?
Oh yeah, I'm laughing.
Silly.
I'm laughing already. Ha ha.
Well, you
ha.
should, because it's funny.
Yeah,
Right.
very. Go on then. Go on then, mate.
No, you okay? You ready?
No,
A
go.
ham sandwich walks into a bar and orders a beer. The bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve here." Good. I love that. It's such a good joke. People get it.
Yeah.
Just say.
Yes. I would like to apologize to our listeners and people watching whenever you're listening to this. It wasn't intended to go down this road, but hey, Elliot decided to bring in jokes, so I'm going to be doing rhymes moving forward. That's how it's going to be. I'm sorry again. So, people, look, as we said initially, all of this, everything that we've discussed, speaking can definitely help you move up the business ladder, boost your career, help you become more confident, put yourself out there. It will help you to stand out, to connect with new players within the business. And Elliot touched on something very important. Sometimes, we're used to the dry, boring presentations. You can do them differently. Connect with your topic and stay current. Be relevant, because you don't really need to deliver the same presentation over and over again. You can always tweak it. You can always add things to it. What I used to do in the past, whenever I read something that I thought I could incorporate into the presentation, even though it was around engineering, I would, and it would get me more excited. And it was that bit, that tiny bit, that made a difference in each one of my presentations, that helped me to be asked to do more, because people would leave the room, customers, partners, every time we organize different events, they would go, yeah, that was good, that was interesting, and people would interact. So it wasn't the same old PowerPoint full of information. I would make it more interactive, and then that got me excited. Therefore, it got them excited. So speak, ask for opportunities, dare, and remember that adversity will make you gritty and witty. Have a good time for my rhymes. I want to finish with my rhymes.
Yeah,
I'm
of
going to
course you got
finish with my
time for your
rhymes today,
rhymes.
people.
I pressed the wrong
Yeah,
button.
come
It's supposed
on.
to be woohoo, and then I pressed the wrong button. And then I made a mistake,
Right. So
so-
you're always disrupting my flow, which I like it, because this kind of adversity will make me
shitty.
exactly. Thank you. Elliot makes me shitty. He does indeed. So that's his intention.
So
Here
let's
we
hear
go.
this rhyme then.
Rhymes to help you shine. Know that your lack of confidence doesn't make you incompetent. Quite the opposite. Your lack of confidence gives you the cautiousness to speak and act with competence. It creates the doubts from which wisdom sprouts. When you can't put yourself out there, know that to dare will intensify your flair. When you feel you are not good enough, treat yourself with love, because it's just a mind bluff. It is fair to be scared. Also know that beyond fear, there is always cheer. Your nerves, although difficult to bear, show how much you care. Being vulnerable is uncomfortable, I give you that, but it's also admirable, memorable, and honorable. Acceptance and understanding can make any relationship outstanding. Communication may fail, but love will prevail. Speak out with no doubt, and be impeccable with your word, because it's your worth. Don't give up, don't give in, and keep on growing. Keep on speaking your greatness.
How's my beatboxing? Not very good.
Yeah,
but,
thank you so much. It helped. It helped. It helped.
Did it?
It helped
Okay,
me
cool.
go through
I
the
didn't hear
rhymes.
a word you said because I was busy.
Thank
But I
you.
thought that was
I'm
really
used to
good.
it. I'm used to it. Yeah, thanks.
I thought
what
you
was
did very
really good?
well.
Not listening to the rhymes. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. No, I thought your rhyme was really good. I was trying to, be your backup music, but didn't quite happen in that respect. So there we go. Well done. I'm sure it's very good. When I listen back to it, then I will show it's a really good rhyme. Would you like to do it one more time without me beatboxing so you can just crack on and I'll be quiet?
Another one.
No, the same one. Because I think I
know about another round. Okay, so here we go.
Ready? I'll be
These
quiet.
are okay. So 3, 2, 1. These are the rhymes to help you shine. Know that your lack of confidence doesn't make you incompetent. Quite the opposite. Your lack of confidence gives you I messed it up. I don't want to. I don't want to start again. It's in there
no
already.
worries. I thought I'd give you an opportunity.
No, thank you very much. I think, having you in the background gave me more flow. Then doing it again, it wasn't the same. It's already there. It wasn't the same to play the game.
That is a shame, to call it by its name. But everybody is always after fame, but there's nothing to gain. Unless you're fulfilled inside, then you're on the way to living the life of a pesticide.
Of a pesticide. That's a good line.
I was going to say deicide, but that's really, really, really dark. Deicide is the death of God.
Yeah, I don't know how you ended up in there. I mean, my rhymes were to help people shine.
While committing to the grime. To make yourself fine, you must allow yourself.
While we both grind.
To hit the rhyme. Right, I think it's enough of that. So this was another episode of the Public Speaking Expert Podcast. As always, we release an episode every single week without fail, normally. And make sure you like, subscribe, and you follow us. And make sure, of course, if you want a copy of our book, that you comment, send us a picture of it, and then we will send you a copy of our book as soon as it's out in November. And if you want tickets for the conference, depending when you listen to us, make sure you get in touch with us so we can send you a link to register or buy the tickets, depending on when you hear it. Remember, not only to go out there and be a great speaker, but to
speak your greatness.
You've been listening to the Public Speaking Experts Podcast.